So, hello from Dallas. My name is Luis Hurtado, and together with my family, we've been missionaries to the Xi'iuy people, which is an original people's group in Mexico, in the mountains of Central East Mexico. We've been there for 13 years. I'm a medical doctor, and I started a clinic there with my family. But we are in transition to Germany to work with Muslim people there. We are coming back from a very, very long season, and I quote, sabbatical season, where we basically this last few months, we wanted to experience life outside Mexico. So we stayed for 2 months in the States, dealing with cross-cultural interactions with different language. And then we went to Germany for 1 month to see the mission field there, to feel it firsthand, and to pray there. And then, we are coming back, driving from place to place, sharing time with friends and supporters. So right now we are in Dallas, and this time has been amazing. It's great. I've been asked what's the most exciting thing that I realized during this time, and the first one is to see that, at least regarding my family, we're home anywhere as long as we are together. So it's been very, very touching to see my kids, especially them, just coping and relying on each other and on us to deal with all the travels and all the languages and all the cultures, the different foods and all the different rhythms that we have experienced during this time. So it's really, really amazing. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that this is not new, but it's just amazing to see it over and over again, how we have a true family in Jesus Christ all over the world. It's just amazing to show up and see people after a couple of years and catch up immediately and just feeling at home. And so it's been great. So right now we are at the house of I told you earlier, of the missionaries that were a little bit like almost immediately before us, working with the Xi'iuy for about the same time we worked with them. They helped the Xi'iuy develop the written language they have now, and Bible translation. And so it's been great to catch up with them, and it's like a completing the circle, being here in Dallas with them, sharing stories and praying for the Xi'iuy and praying for our new assignment. So it's great. And I don't want to miss thanking again to Paul and Memorial Park and the people from Pittsburgh that it was hard to say goodbye twice because we left in late July to Germany, and I was crying. I almost never cry. It's very hard. When I cry, my kids get shocked. But I was crying when I was leaving Pittsburgh to Germany, and again this last weekend we said goodbye to Pittsburgh again, going to Mexico, and so thank you very much. It was amazing time. I almost bargained with God, like, hey, Can we be missionaries here in Pittsburgh instead? So so it's amazing. So just a quick report on our trip to Germany. It was very interesting. Germany is not what we expected. It's definitely a post-Christian society, and it's incredible. And I think it's everywhere in the usually Christian world that they are more open to be Muslims or Indian, to become Hinduist or Buddhist, whatever, but Christian. It's incredible. Definitely, now Germany is a mission field, and the way things are in Germany, it's hard to target one people group as we planned. We are praying for the Turks specifically, the Muslim Turks, but it's everything is intertwined. So it's hard to just target one people group in Germany. They hang out, especially people from Middle East. They hang out together a lot, and sometimes they are under abusive social mechanics. For instance, the Turks, most of the Turks have been in Germany for generations. This is probably the third, and we're having the fourth generation of Turks in Germany. And now that the refugees are coming, Turks that have been there for a long time are using these newcomers as cheap labor to their enterprise. So it's very interesting how they abused of the poor refugees that are coming. There are mafias in most of the German cities, led by Turkish people, and we are talking about drug cartels, prostitution networks, cheap labor. Mafias, and it's kind of tough, and it's funny because most Germans won't enter these ghettos, these neighborhoods where all Middle Easterns are. They say they are dangerous, and we were talking with some Germans, and they were telling us, no, it's kind of dangerous. There, you can be pickpocket. You can be, girls won't walk by because they will get all these whistles and and all these nasty words, and that just people is smoking out there, and you can feel this vibe of danger in those areas. And I was thinking on my home city, Mexico City. It was, that's where I grew up with, that's that's familiar. And so anyways, I think we're naturally we're a natural fit for this environment. But also it was amazing to see how our Mexican culture, but I mean Mexican Christian culture, just helped us getting deeply in, like everywhere, even with Germans. We had this amazing experience of living for three weeks with this couple who are German missionaries. They are trying to reach Turks, but they are very German. So they are, everything has its time, and they have their own space. They gave us our own space, and but it's not the way we are. So we started cooking for them. We would invite them to have dinner with us because we were living in the same lot but different buildings. So we would be just being welcoming and just pursuing them. Hey, we made some eggs. Do you want to have breakfast with us. Hey, we made, so 2 or 3 times we made Mexican food, and they were, like, wow, this is great. This is so tasty. Very excited. And they invited their neighbors, and we had to cook more, and it was great. And at the end, they told us, you guys are very different. Like, we have had Africans, we have had people from other places in the world, but the way you guys sneak in to our lives is amazing. You could be missionaries here just by cooking Mexican food every day and inviting people over and just talking about Jesus with them. It's amazing, and that was we didn't expect that, because we were not intentionally pursuing that. And it was just natural, and that happened with some Koreans we met. That happened with some Middle Easterns we met. Just having this natural, easygoing kind of interactions with them. So I think, at least in that way, we will have a big opportunity to share the gospel with a lot of people. And again, not only Turks, but Germans and everyone. So as a prayer request, please, if you pray for discernment, because we definitely supporters and friends, and it's natural, are asking us, so what are you going to do in Germany? And it's hard to tell them, we're cooking Mexican food for everyone and inviting them over. So that would be our ministry. So yeah.
Not a
So
bad
it's
idea. Come on now.
excuse me?
That's not a bad idea, right?
It's not a bad idea.
It's organic.
Yeah. Anyways, so my friend Scott just said, "Hey, I will support that."
Yeah. See. Yeah. Come on now.
Who's with me?
Yeah.
What did Scott say?
Who's with me?
Yeah, we're all with you, man.
That all of them are with you. Yeah. So so it was so we need discernment on how to put some order in those ideas. Like I have some business as mission ideas to reach or to hang out at least with this rich Turks that only think about money and business. So something like that, and also to connect with the refugees that are coming. I don't want to take too long, but it's kind of it's interesting to speak with them, and we met doctors, we met nurses, we met engineers that are working as waiters, as cleaning facilities. They are mowing the grass, and you can tell that they are smart people. So one of the business idea I have is to create a translation medical translation business where I connect probably a German doctor with let's say an Afghan patient through an Afghan nurse who can speak both German and Arabic, and they can interpret for the doctor or for the patient in a very real, more human way to the refugee, something like that, and so we can do something like that, and obviously we have a lot of ideas, but please.
So you're answering the question that many people ask me. You're not going to go there and work as a medical doctor in Germany because there's some issues with that in several different spheres. Your expertise in that area are going to be very helpful, but that's not going to be your vocation, right?
Not at the beginning, at least. At least, yes, not at the beginning, and it would take a little while to explain why, but there are several different reasons why, at least at the beginning, I want to be a doctor, but I could work in relationship to my to my career, through this kind of stuff. So, but yeah, we have some ideas of that. We would appreciate prayer on our next few months, because we have a lot of things going on. We are preparing people to take over some of the projects we lead in Mexico now, including a discipleship, missions discipleship course we have every year. And our Mexican Christian family really appreciate that, and they don't want to lose it when we move to Germany. So we are trying to train some people to keep that on. But also we need, we're in the midst of paperwork and planning the moving out from the mountains. We haven't decided yet where to move, whether to Carla's parents or my parents in Mexico City. Carla's parents live close to Mexico City, but not that close. So anyways, we're trying to decide that. So for discernment, for that, we have a possible trip to Germany again in November, but it depends on how our schedule works or settles in the next few weeks, if we're coming or not. I feel like it's very important that we go, because we had some loose ends from our trip, and we got presented with this opportunity of coming back in November, and I think it's very important. It would be amazing if we go. Carla thinks a little different. So and as well, our leaders in Mexico have different opinions on that. So again, just pray for discernment on that, and for our kids, as we are facing a gap in their education. This whole trip was a pause in homeschool. And also, as we come back, as soon as we go back to Mexico and finally settle in our house, we will face some challenges with schooling, especially for Esteban, because he's supposed to start middle school this year, and we have we're stuck there. So if you would pray for him, that we find ways to compensate that during the next 6 months, or even more, like probably 9 months before he starts school in Germany officially next summer. So yes.